Hello everybody from Plant Reviews. Today is the 11th of September, and in this video I want to talk about the first orchid I actually got to buy. For pure coincidence, I was walking in town in the New Forest and in Leamington. And yes, in the street market I found this stand selling plants, including some beautiful orchids, and I found orchids that until then I only seen on books on botanical garden. For the first time I saw them for sale, and these were Cattleyas. And of course I was already aware of the beauty of the flower, but actually when I smelled the flowers I realized that many of them were incredibly fragrant, and this one in particular caught my attention because of the beautiful pink color, and most of all the fragrance that already then in the stand was absolutely intense and outstanding, and I decided to buy it immediately. And then I found another one that was white and very fragrant, and I bought another one, and in the end my first orchid purchase rapidly became of 10 orchids, 8 of which were Cattleyas, and 4 of which actually I have still alive in my collection. Back then I didn't have any experience in growing orchids, and I am very lucky that the very first one actually is still alive. And I have to say, this is a very easy orchid to grow. I wasn't aware of the identity of this orchid until a few months ago, where I found on the stock list of an orchid seller in England, Lawrence Hobbs. There is a great orchid nursery I can recommend you, and I will put the link on the description of the video. And this Lawrence Hobbs sells a variety of orchids, including actually many Cattleya. And this is the Cattlianthe Wufong Rose Sweet Perfume. I found this, it really caught my attention, this name, and when I looked at the pictures to see how the orchid looked like, I was really pleased to find that actually I had already had what I believe is this orchid, because the orchid is precisely the flower really matches precisely all the images of the Wufong Rose Sweet Perfume I found on the website on Google, and I'm really pleased, and I can tell you, yes, there is a reason why this hybrid is called Sweet Perfume, because the fragrance is absolutely outstanding. It is a citrus fragrance that really permeates my whole upper floor in my house. I put this orchid on this chair just to offer you a nice background. Well, really, it's not really very nice to have a Vimini background, but I think it's good enough to see the flowers. However, probably I can put them on near the wall, so you can actually see, yes, on the white background how the flowers are. This is an orchid that was registered in 2013, and it is an orchid that is therefore very recently registered, and I was very happy. I purchased it about 6 years ago, so a few years after that the plant, this hybrid, was registered. This is a hybrid, a complex hybrid of several species, and in particular the main species that was used for producing this hybrid is Cattleya walkeriana, that is worldwide known for its absolutely amazing fragrance, and actually the flower strongly resembles Cattleya walkeriana too, in my opinion. In all the previous years, this orchid produced only 2 flowers. However, this year I was very pleased when I saw 3 buds, but I was a little bit less pleased when the 3 buds opened, because I found that only one of the flowers developed correctly, even if in a little bit asymmetrical way. You can see this petal actually is a little bit more forward than the other upper petal. However, I have the other 2 flowers are deformed. Now, some orchids occasionally produced deformed flowers due to stress, or sometimes genetics. For example, some Cattleya and Phalaenopsis have as a mutation the colors, or sometimes even the shape of the lip is repeated on the two upper flowers, and these make the orchid called peloric, from the Greek pleloria, meaning monstrous. However, usually peloric flowers are radially symmetrical. In this case, really, to me, it seems just a deformation, and you can see actually the peloric, this deformity is also not radially symmetrical. So usually in peloric orchids, the color and sometimes the shape of the lip is repeated regularly in both the upper petals, so the flower is really symmetrical. Many Phalaenopsis are peloric, and a few Cattleyas as well, and this condition has been fixed genetically, so they bloom reliably with peloric flowers. However, in this case, you can see that this peloric of the lip is only in one of the 2 petals, so the one petal is deformed, but kind of similar to what usually the petal of this Cattleya is, but the other one is deformed in a way that actually started developed even a column. The sexual organ, this is the column that is the part of the flower where the sexual organ in the Cattleyas are, so the pollinia, the male gametes, and the ovary that develop the seeds. Remember, Cattleyas, like all the orchids I know, are hermaphrodites. I don't remember any orchid that has different sexes in different plants. I know some orchids produce male flowers and female flowers that are different but still on the same plant, like I think Dimorphorchis lowe is one of them. I think maybe also some Catasetums and Cygnocus, but Cattleyas are definitely all hermaphrodite in the flower. All the flower show both male and female gametes in the same flower. So you can see it's kind of started what it looks to me developing a column, but obviously the full column is aborted, and this is I think even more evident in this one. It looks like during the development of this flower, the lip and the column actually merged with the other petal, and the petal developed a pollinia here. You can see the pollen of the Cattleya as this yellow dot here, and it is a very interesting condition. I'm not too sure why this Cattleya developed this flower, because until last year this Cattleya had beautiful regular flowers. Only this year started developing this monstrosity. The thing that I'm pleased is that, I don't know, this Cattleya has always been fragrant, but this year it seems like super fragrant. It's the intensity of the scent is incredible, and it's very citrus, really the scent that I like the most in flowers. Sometimes flowers can develop deformities when they are stressed. Now, I've been keeping this plant in full sun, and this year has been very sunny, so it might have affected the development of the flowers. You can see the leaves are actually very light green, and maybe I should have put it in more in direct sun. However, still the leaf where the flower stem developed Is of medium size. It's not really of big size like the leaf. This is the one of the leaves the orchid had when I actually bought it. So it is kind of underdeveloped in my opinion, even if the pseudobulb has a very nice size, as you can see. And another nice peculiarity of these orchids, of the orchids in general, especially in the Cattleya, is that usually the color that you see in the sheets, in these like in this cover of the pseudobulb here, generally is repeated on the flower. So you can see this is like a purple reddish color on the pseudobulb, but you can see that actually it's purplish. Is also repeated in the flowers. I found that the white Cattleyas don't have this purple color on the pseudobulb, so this is a kind of an indication when you buy an orchid, a Cattleya, what the color will be like when it blooms. This video really was mainly to show you, this unusual flowers that this Cattleya developed. For me, about the cultivation of this Cattleya, I made a video when last year when I was not aware of the ID of this Cattleya, because when I bought this plant there was not any ID tag. However, it is a very easy plant to grow, really. In the UK, I live in Kent, southern England, so it's a very sunny area, but it's still England. I found this plant loves to be in full sun all year round on a windowsill. However, remember, obviously, if you live in a Mediterranean or tropical area, full sun might be too much and will need more indirect sunlight. Other than that, I'm cultivating this plant in semi-hydro, like many of my Cattleyas. However, it has been perfectly fine in bark. When I bought this plant, was in bark. That is a great medium for this hybrid, as well as many other Cattleyas, really. It is a Cattleya of medium size. In total, the height would be about 35 centimeters tall. So it's not really a miniature Cattleyas, but it's not a huge Cattleya like, say, Cattleya varshavicii. That really is a struggle to find enough space on a windowsill. This one can be easily cultivated on a windowsill. And of course, I didn't find this plant particularly easy to find. I was very, very lucky to find it for pure coincidence and bought it for as my first orchid. But unfortunately, in the United Kingdom, I'm not too sure why. I know only Lawrence Hobbs selling Cattleyas reliably. However, in Europe, many orchid nurseries are available, as well as in the USA, Canada, and Australia. Not to talk, of course, about South America, Central America, where these orchids are from. This particular hybrid, however, was developed in Southeast Asia, where also there's a lot of orchid nursery there, and they have amazing hybrids. These, even if, remember, Cattleyas are native to Central and South America anyway. About this orchid, again, I can definitely recommend it for the superb scent, but of course, look at the flowers, how beautiful they are. They have such an intense color of purple and lavender, with the lip really on the magenta side for intensity, and the inner part of the lip is white with this golden yellow center, and this makes a pretty stark contrast with the column that protrudes, and the scent is absolutely fantastic. If you love fragrant orchids, this would probably be my top choice. Well, I am also biased because this has been my first orchid, so really, and I was hoping that every time I was buying Cattleya, they would have smelled as good as this. There are other Cattleyas that I have, they are really good smelling, like for example the Bird King Wonder Lakeland, or the Cattlianthe, what's the name? The was Now it's Cattlianthe. It was called before Potinara IS Burana Beauty. Really nice fragrance as well. Also the species, the Cattleya intermedia, has a wonderful fragrance. My Cattleya intermedia varietas alba. But this one in particular is absolutely stunning, and this year it seems the perfume is even more intense. I hope that you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, it would be great, of course, that you will give a thumbs up. And if you like this video and the other videos on my channel, of course, it would be great if you can please subscribe. It is completely free for you, but in this way you support me and my channel to make even more videos. As usual, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.